So like animal rights and fostering, like
Have
you fostered any yourself?
I have, but I did it once. I'm not going to claim I am a foster queen, and I was just really devastated by giving it back. I know that the ultimate goal is, and we need foster people, but I really respect people who are stronger than me, and I cried for weeks and thought I made a really big mistake. I already have a dog. My dog very much is a only child kind of dog, so it was kind of an experiment to see if they needed a friend, and they very clearly don't want a friend. They are human through and through, but yeah, I wish I was stronger, but yeah, I would love to be able to do it more. But yeah, the dream is always to own like a big farm and just like have, you know, sheds out the back and be able to like have all the animals in the world, but hopefully one day.
So yeah, I named the foster after myself. Not a good idea.
After yourself?
Yeah, never do that. It makes it even harder to get rid of.
I'm very curious why you decided to name a foster, like,
because we had the same personality.
Yeah. What was the personality?
ADHD.
Okay.
Up the wazoo.
Oh, you could have called it Hannah Rose. The next one.
Well, there's still 3.
Are they nameless?
One could use a new
Jane
name.
Doe 1, Jane Doe 2.
Well, one's named after Mom, so.
Oh, do we like that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, also, it's, you know, Spot and Spot 2 because of Star Trek.
No parental trauma.
Yeah. You might, yeah. Also, I guess I should let you introduce yourself.
I have a little loose hair tickling my nose, so if anyone's looking at me, that's why. Anyway, I got that.
I don't see any loose hair. And I should have started letting you introduce yourself.
Oh.
Yeah, and yeah.
I'm Hannah Rose May.
And yeah, well, the project we're here to discuss. You want to give like a one-line pitch?
Yeah, apparently they were going to run the book in. It's not here, so do we do inserts on this? Here's the exorcism at 1600 PENN.
Yeah, we exercised it. That's why it's empty. That's what it's got.
The trade paperback comes out on August 15th, so you're getting like an exclusive look at it at Con. It was my first time seeing it on the floor yesterday. I'm very happy with it. It's by myself, with art by Vanessa Del Rey, colours by Jordi Belair, letters by Zan. Jordi is actually nominated for an Eisner tonight for colours on this and other works of hers. The colours are beautiful, the art's beautiful. I keep telling everyone, it's probably the most beautiful book I will ever work on. I just don't know how I'm going to have that team again and make something as pretty as it. I'm so proud of it. It was a dream to get to work with those girls. And yeah.
Okay, speaking of your team, I noticed you had director Haas, so I was wondering if that was inspired by your letterer?
Of course.
Okay. Because that's what he goes by, Haas.
I don't think you caught that. Nobody else caught that. I actually don't even think, I mean, of course Haas saw it because he lettered it, but we never discussed it. I meant to mention it to him afterwards. I'm sure he got a giggle out of that. I'm going to ask him. But nobody else has caught that.
Yeah.
I love that. I always throw little nods to my friends and peers and people who are working on books. Everyone is actually who's worked on something is like of a reference in everything I've ever done to some degree.
Do you have a favorite reference you've done?
Ooh. There's one coming up that hasn't been announced yet, but there's a reference to Justin Mason, my artist on my first book, Rogues Gallery, and I think that's a fun one. So that's my little nod to him. But my all-time favorite one is in my debut. No, we're not here to talk about that today, so we'll have to be quick on that one. My lead character is called Maisie, who was my grandmother's name. So
I love that. Yeah, and then what did inspire the Exorcism at 1600 PENN? And did you kind of like start with the horror elements or like the political satire?
Current events. No. I love putting women in places that we haven't seen them before. And we haven't seen a woman in the White House, sadly. We weren't even talking about potentially having a woman run in the election when I wrote this. So yeah, that was the starting point. I really thought it'd be cool to see what it'd be like to put our first female president in the White House, and all of which they would deal with, which I'm sure we would know, putting women in that setting, all the social scrutiny that would come with it. And I've always just been obsessed with exorcisms, and I thought, coming from, I come from Ireland, very deep Catholic background, and I've always liked exorcisms, and I felt like that's a trope that we could play with, and there's more more to dig in there, basically. And yeah, I wanted to play with the exorcism, but also kind of exercising social media and the, all of the commentary around that. Yeah, that was a very long-winded answer. I could have done better with that one, but anyway.
No, you're fine. I just want to know if you have a favorite like pop culture exorcism other than your own.
You know what? I feel like I'll get in trouble if I answer this one. I don't pick favorites, but the original The Exorcist is like, it's hard to beat, the theme song, like everything about it. I very much was inspired by it, and yeah.
Have you met an exorcist ever?
No, I mean, not that I know of. We probably use one. My house is from the 1920s, so there is moments where I'm like, hello, are you nice? But no, have you?
No, but my wife was baptized by an exorcist.
That is so interesting.
One of the last ones in the States for a while, but I think they're back.
Wow.
Yeah, it's her claim to fame, she says.
Yeah, that should be on our tombstone.
Yeah.
That's a really
Probably
good
will
one.
be.
It's a really good one. But the White House is definitely haunted. I'm just surprised that we haven't dug deeper with that, It's obviously a very long-standing building in the United States. And, Mary Todd Lincoln was doing seances in the White House.
Actually, I did want to ask you why 1600 Penn was the perfect location for a horror, so.
That's the answer. That's the answer right there. Yeah, and I have, in obviously The Exorcism at 1600 Penn, we mention like artifacts that come in and out of the building. And I, not to think the old like genie in a bottle type situation, but obviously the White House receives gifts from all over the world. And yeah, I don't want to give away the story for anyone who hasn't potentially read who hasn't read the trade yet. But I really liked that idea of this one particular location that is essentially the most famous location in the whole of America, and if not, like, potentially the world, the White House, and what it's like to receive something from all over the globe. Yeah.
Have you, like, since this is kind of like the first introduction to fans of the trade, I guess 2 questions on that. Are there any additional elements to the trade for fans that read the issues?
Yeah.
And also, what's kind of been the early fan reaction to the trade?
Well, the fan reaction, people are only seeing it in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
We haven't got to see the trade yet, which has been great. We were signing it this morning, and it was just a really, really lovely signing, and it was so great to get to chat with people and hear what they enjoyed about it. And the colours printed even more vibrant in the trade, because it's a different printer than in the singles. And it looks exactly how we wanted it to look with the singles, so we were very, very happy with that. Unfortunately, some of the singles printed a little darker than we intended. We wanted the whole story to be dark. We play with colours throughout, and as the White House becomes more haunted, the colours get darker and darker. But unfortunately, it was a little too dark. They were missing little like demon eyes and some scary shadows and some little hidden things that Vanessa had put in there that I enjoyed that you see in the trade, which I'm very excited about. But also, the original demon sketch is in the trade, and all the variant covers that people didn't get or in the trade, people didn't even see a lot of them when they were flicking through it today. But yeah, I'm really proud of it, and it's a beautiful book, and I hope people pick it up.
Yeah, that's really fascinating about the collaboration then, since you brought up. So I'm wondering if there was a moment like when Vanessa or Jordy, since the color and the art was so important to the story that you're telling, like really added to that story, or kind of inspired a change of direction of the story, or?
Yeah, I had this idea for a very, very long time, and I knew I wanted to tell it, but I knew that I wanted Vanessa Del Rey. Like, that was immediately, when I pitched it to IDW, immediately I was like, I would love Vanessa Del Rey, and they were like, let's go to Vanessa. So I knew Vanessa would bring exactly what I had envisioned just based on her work, and the dream scenario was to also get Jordy because they collab so well together. So Vanessa brought like this sketchiness and this extra layer of, honestly, like tension that I can't deliver in dialogue alone. She's just excellent, and some of the panels and stuff that she would do, again, there's like cross panels and zigzags, and she thinks very outside the box, no pun intended. Her panel style is like, it's, again, I feel like it's the most beautiful book I'm ever going to work on. It's all downhill from here.
What about, like what of Vanessa's work like really made you want to work with her?
I mean, do you own any prints or anything from Vanessa? Have you seen any of her?
I've seen like her Scarlet Witch stuff.
Her Scarlet Witch. Dreamy.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a not safe for work kind of show, but I have a couple of very sexy girl-on-girl sketches from Vanessa. She really does a really fabulous job with them. I have some original artwork of hers, but yeah, her Scarlet Witch is exceptional. That's really just nailed it for me. But I love her. She also has like a t-shirt line out that she does her original art on. Vanessa's great. She's mega, and she deserves all of the acclaim.
Awesome. And then, are there any like upcoming things people can look forward to from you that you can talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I can talk about. I was hoping that we'd be able to talk about more at this San Diego, but I'm being told everything is being announced at New York Comic Con. So hopefully we'll have this again at New York Comic Con, and we can talk about what I've spent the last year working on. There's 2 properties being announced at New York that I'm very excited about that we can talk about more. And I don't know, maybe it's not the end for 1600.
Oh. Minor Threats crossover? Or no?
I am writing, thank you for reminding me, I am writing Minor Threats. I appreciate that nod. It got announced yesterday on a panel that I have joined the Minor Threats universe, and we are doing a very fun one-shot, and I am teaming up with my collaborator, Justin Mason from Rogues Gallery. That was a fun one. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me of my slate.
Okay. Well, we need a team up now because it's kind of what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, who doesn't love a good amalgam comic? And then anything else you want to add?
No, just that I'm very proud of this book. I love my partnership with IDW, and they very much gave me free range and let me run with it. I tell everyone it was honestly the easiest pitch because I told them the title and they said yes, and nothing has ever been that easy since. And they've just been fabulous collaborators, from editing down to everyone at marketing, beautiful head of publicity.
We love
I am
Cam.
so tongue-tied now.
We love Cam.
It's been the longest day. I need to do some 6 sizzling sausages, some acting class, stuff that I have forgot about over the years. But yeah, I've just loved everyone at IDW, and I'm just so excited to be teamed up with them and working with them, and I'm very grateful for everything that they've planned at this con, and I really hope you guys pick up The Exorcism at 1600 PENN trade. It's been my dream book. Yeah.
You want to give the viewers a 1-sentence pitch on why they should buy it?
You should buy The Exorcism at 1600 PENN because we need it now.
Yes. Oh,
Oh!
it's come!
It fell from the sky.
The Exorcist!
I love how we say we need it now, and it dropped in just like that. You can see here some of the panels. I know that you've read it, but for
No, it does look different than my
Doesn't
PDF, yes.
Yes, it definitely looks different than a PDF. Don't read it a PDF. But some
get
of
the book.
Social media toxicity that bleeds in. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Again, nods to all of my friends. Those are all my friends' names. I wanted to show that this is what I mean about her double page spreads.
Okay.
Zigzaggy. It walks you through.
Love a creative panel.
Yeah, love
Yeah.
it. Love
Yeah.
it so much. Every issue has a walk through the White House to some degree. It was
Okay.
our little thing that we continued throughout. Because a lot of people, we don't get really to see those rooms,
Well, especially not now.
as the normal people, as the peasants, we don't.
Yeah.
We don't get to see the White House. I also really very much wanted to pay attention to, it's obviously not just about our first female president, it's about her family. And that was a big deal for me because children don't necessarily ask to be involved in what their parents choose to do for a living. And I wanted to pay attention to Mara and Kevin, her daughter, her children, and what that is like being the children to the President of the United States.
Yeah, I kind of call it the devil's seventh heaven.
I love that.
Because, that was the
Yeah.
whole thing where the dad had to be a father to his kids and the community.
100%.
And that's
100%.
this.
Literally this. She has to be a mother to her 2 kids and to the world.
Yes,
essentially.
yeah, which does create an interesting plot device.
It does.
Yes.
It does. Yeah, trying to balance both.
Yes.
Hopefully that comes across in the book.
Yes. Devil's seventh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for
Thank you.
having me.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Yeah, it's